Hello everyone. Right now I'm in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is the birthplace of the United States, and I'm going to be talking a little bit more about it. Right now I'm heading to a train station. We're going to the historic district. It's kind of where all this history is at. Independence Hall, the Liberty Bell, some other places. I'm not a history geek in any way, but I know a little bit about it, and I've never been to Philly. Also, I want to try a Philly cheesesteak. Everyone knows about these. These are like popularized around the entire world. But I'm visiting a friend this weekend, and I had some time, so I wanted to escape this college town and head up to the historic district and see all these things. Maybe go visit my boy Ben Franklin, his grave. But yeah, if you're into history or you don't know anything about history, watch this video. I'm gonna be exploring and just going through Philly and kind of seeing the vibe. I have no idea what the city is like. I'm from Pittsburgh, the other big city in Pennsylvania, and the rest is like Amish, as people probably know it, but it's just very rural stuff. But I'm from Pittsburgh. There's this hatred between Philly and Pittsburgh. I have no idea why, but today I'm gonna drop the ego and head into Philadelphia and see what's going on. Queen Lane. That looks like where we need to go. Now this is something that always confuses me. Am I going inbound or outbound? Inbound. If they're coming in and go, or out, they're going out. In means they're coming in, outbound means they're leaving. Okay, it has to be that way. I actually was walking down the steps and I was like, you know what? This place seems like a ghost town. There's nobody. It's also pretty, it's not too early. It's, I don't know, 9:50 in the morning. Hope I can get a ticket. Hey. I was starting to think I was the only person here. I've never been here before. I would just like to get a ticket. Am I in the right? Outbound is going to Philly. Like I want to go to, my stop is, I need to get off at Jefferson Station. Yeah, go on the other side. Inbound. Yeah. Can you explain to me how that works?
Oh no, you know what? It works like this. Going to outbound is inbound. Inbound is on outbound. That's the way they got the tracks running out. So you have to go over the bridge and go down to go to Center City. Okay. To stay on this side, you go to Chestnut Hill.
Hey guys, a little interruption here. I was watching back a clip while I'm waiting for this train. My camera's kind of messed up, so I'm gonna have to get a new camera. It's kind of like fuzzy and there's spots all over it. And also the thing I'm holding right now, which you can't see, it's broken as well. So this is probably gonna be the last video, so bear with me. If you can stick through it here, the quality of these videos are gonna be much better. Just watchable. I think it still might be watchable, I really don't know. But the camera's kind of jacked up, so just bear with me. Sorry. Back to the video.
6 hours going in and 6 hours going out.
Damn.
But
is it just cash or card?
Both. You can use either one.
Awesome, thank you. Hey, did I pay you here? The train is actually a lot nicer than I thought. $6. I don't have a key card or anything. I'm getting off at Jefferson Station. There were a ton of abandoned buildings just everywhere, spray painted, which I thought was pretty ridiculous that somehow you could get that high to spray paint, like all the way up. Like that part, that building right there is completely spray painted. I'm pretty sure North Philly is more of the rundown parts. This is more the center of the city where I am in now and heading towards the historic district. This is amazing. That's what I'm looking at right now, I believe, is the president's house. So where George Washington and John Adams used to live right here. Man, that's sick. I think some people protesting over there too, man. It's so nice to see this. I've learned about this for so long. But this is the area I need to be in. Independence Hall is over here. So just gotta cross the street. Yeah, so this guy over here is protesting. These buses are so loud. That's not a bus. I'm gonna probably go over and talk to these guys. But this is the president's house. To my knowledge, this was the first executive mansion. So Philadelphia was the capital of the United States for 10 years. And during that time, George Washington and John Adams. They lived here, and there were, I think, 9 enslaved African Americans. Look at this stuff, guys. Alright guys, now what we're walking towards right now, this is the Independence Hall. This is the main thing that I wanted to come and see, actually. And I just found out the Liberty Bell. That is actually free to get into, so I'm gonna wait for that line to go down. But I'm glad I got to see the Executive Mansion, and then I'll go in a little bit to see the Liberty Bell, kind of what signified the Declaration of basically just our independence when they rang that. So that'd be sick to see. I'll go in and, I don't know, pose with it. But right in front of us is Independence Hall. Now this is the main thing I really wanted to see. Look at everyone taking photos over here. As I mentioned, as soon as the video started, I said Philadelphia is the birthplace of the United States of America. This is because, and this is why I wanted to come here so bad. This place is where it all started. So this is where the voting, the debating, the editing, and the signing of the Declaration of Independence happened right here inside of Independence Hall, which is like crazy. Man, it's just so cool to see up front. This is the back part of it, and then I just realized I could have just sat over here. This is just like general, but I had to go through security and stuff to get right here. But I want to talk a little bit about it because a lot of people, I don't think, have like all of the knowledge, like how it came together. This all started way before. So as everybody knows, before states we were colonies and we were under Great Britain, the powerhouse. They were so powerful, and under King George III. And in August, I think like 1775, yeah, basically a year before everything, King George declared the colonies to be in an open rebellion. There was some stuff that happened. I think the colonies didn't take on some trades and kind of were showing some like fight back from Great Britain. And then this open rebellion that King George had placed on the colonies, this led the formation and creation of the Continental Army, which was led by George Washington. And then by the middle of like 1775, and then by like the middle of 1776, there was talk among the colonies that they wanted independence. They wanted to get away from Great Britain. Okay, now this is where the story really begins, and I think one of the most important parts, because this was the starting point of everything. It was no other than the man himself, Henry Lee. He was a Virginia delegate that came in, and he proposed to Congress a resolution of independence from Great Britain, which is the most important part in my opinion, and the reason why he's a GOAT. He's the one who had the courage to go and say, you know what, we need to stop this. Like, people were talking about the colonies were upset. Like, let's get away from these people. Let's get away from this powerhouse, per se, Great Britain. Congress listened, and they were like, okay. So what they did was they put together a 5-man committee that was going to carefully, very carefully, draft up a response to what Lee said, a resolution of independence. And they actually formed it on June 28th, to where they were ready to present it to Congress. I'm like totally nerding out with all this history, and I'm actually enjoying it very much so, because I know a little bit about it. I don't know too much, but this is just like the common stuff that they taught us in school. Here it is again, guys. So basically what that 5-man committee made, they made the draft declaration, and they presented it on Congress on July 1st, where they had a vote. I think Pennsylvania and South Carolina were like, no, we don't want it. We don't want anything to do with this. And then there were some other states that couldn't even have a vote because, like New York, for example, I don't think they could have a vote because of something they had in aligned with Great Britain. They couldn't have a say on something like this. Interesting stuff. But it kind of reached a tie almost on that first day. And now this is one of the most important parts. This is like literally the founding date. This is basically the establishing date of it. Okay, I swear I'm getting to the end of the story, but on July 2nd, this is really important because this was the tie-breaking vote that set independence into motion, this whole entire declaration. A man named Caesar Rodney, just imagine this, he came flying in on his horse from Dover, Delaware, to give Delaware say to Congress, and his vote favored independence. So on July 2nd, it was established. We just created and we just voted for, the colonies have agreed, we're gonna mark our independence from Britain. And this was crazy. This was a crazy thing to do because this was like true treason at like the highest level. Wow, I'm really nerding out right now. And then here's one fun fact. that like literally nobody knows. I feel like some people probably do, history teachers and people who look into history that do a little bit of research. But so July 2nd, since Caesar Rodney wrote in and kind of confirmed that we're moving forward with independence with the Declaration. Now the fun fact to this is John Adams, he wrote out to his wife and he said that he believes future Americans are going to celebrate America's independence on July 2nd. Since they were like, hey, we're moving forward, like, holy shit, this is happening, like we're about to go to war. They really wanted to make sure the Declaration was perfect. So for the next 2 days from July 2nd to July 4th, they debated it in Congress and then they revised it, fixed a couple things, and then on July 4th, that final Declaration was approved, and that is the day that marks our independence, July 4th, 1776. That's the day that we celebrate every single year. And I'm so passionate about this right now because if you watch these videos, oh, what's that? If you watch these videos, you know that I'm actually like more so often than not, like almost looking down and bashing the US right now. Just the present like state it's in. I think there's a lot of reasons that I talk to in all these like the videos and all my videos. If you just watch them, you'll see that I talk down on the US. But talking about the history and especially being here right now, definitely like it makes me proud. If there's any part of me of being an American that makes me proud, it's the history that the nation was founded on. One more story, I swear. One more story about this. This is actually it's very popularized on like TVs and movies. So they like I think on August 2nd they had a they came together to Congress to actually sign it. The founding fathers, and the first signature and the largest signature was John Hancock, which was the president of the Congress at the time. But the thing was, and I'm gonna say a quote in a second, this is what makes me the most proud to be an American, because they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were getting themselves into. Like I don't know if people, like at least in my head, I would assume that like, oh, we're gonna get away from Great Britain. We're gonna signal for our independence. We're gonna make these, like everything. Like we're gonna go to war, basically. It wasn't necessarily everyone was like, oh yeah, they're happy and it was joyful and everyone was like full of emotion and like, no, it wasn't that at all. Like they knew what they like. This was they didn't know this would work. This was a huge act of treasonry treasonry. I can't say that word, but it was a huge act of it against Great Britain, a powerhouse. Literally, the army was huge, a powerhouse. And man. But basically, what I'm getting at is, there's a quote that, like, I think this is the quote that I look at when I think of like of being an American. It's this. Like this gets me going. This really gets me going. Okay. The quote is this: pensive and awful silence which pervaded the house when we were called up, one after another, to the table of the President of Congress, to sign what was believed by many at that time to be our own death warrants. That gives me goosebumps. That legit gives me goosebumps. They thought they were signing their lives away. They're going to, like, the independence that they did for this country that we now so don't appreciate at all, I feel like. That's what makes me proud, and that quote's sick. But like, I just want to take a moment and say big shout out. This is where this all happened, so it's pretty crazy. I respect that a lot. And if you haven't watched these videos, basically I look down on the US right now. I travel a bunch, I make a bunch of travel vlogs. I look down on the US right now. People who are watching this who never have seen my videos of where I'm talking down on the US while I'm traveling to different parts of the world and realizing, wow, like this is so much different from where I come from. The people here are so much different. They're so much more open-minded. The systems aren't the same. Basically the main reasons why I talk down, they're cultural reasons, governmental controlments, like the different systems they have in place to control the citizens and keep them kind of trapped here. People here are very uncultured, and this is true. It's like a stereotype. Everybody who's a foreigner knows this. Americans are uncultured, and it's true. And that's why I wanted to share some of the culture to the people who are watching that and saying that exact same thing, like, you guys are all uncultured. Another thing is, like, there's mass amounts of gun violence here, and that's a huge problem, and I really don't like that at all. Like, it's really not too safe, all the mass shootings we have. It's unbelievable. I don't even want to say like the numbers, but we're #1 for mass shootings and mass attacks. And then the final thing that I really shit on is the educational system. I really don't approve of it at all. I think it's really a scam. It kind of pushes everybody to go into university here, which is called college, and it's nothing like university abroad, and it gets people especially young adults, into enormous amounts of debt and kind of traps them and really doesn't teach anything. It's just a waste of time. They don't get taught what they need to know for a couple years, and there's just no education on finance and actually real world things that would be applicable to a person. So I just completely shit on it. There's no language teaching anything like that until you get to high school or maybe 7th, 8th grade, but by then it's too late. There's just so many things that like I look at and I look down upon. I wish could be different here. All right, that's a wrap at Independence Hall. I spent it was like, in reality, like 30 minutes, but I want to go move on, maybe show you the Liberty Bell, go in. I want to see it myself, honestly. You guys are just following along for the adventure. This is really enjoyable. But I do want to mention, since I am in Philadelphia and I never really had a true one, I'm gonna stop and get a Philly cheesesteak. This is like raved upon here. It's like a Philly cheesesteak. I feel like it's a must. So I want to see what's good with that. But I want to go check out, oh, they have City Bike. I might have to hop on. But I'm gonna go check out, I want to go check out the Liberty Hall. Or I mean, I want to go check out the Liberty Bell. Got all these descriptions around it, but I just want to see it. I know a little bit about it, but I mean, like it's cool stuff, but let me see the bell. I want to ring it. They'll probably freak out. Liberty Bell is a very significant symbol for the entire democratic world. Go. Sheesh. Pride, man, it's kicked up a lot since then. They would be happy, those protesters. Where's the bell? Oh, there it is.
I'm not sure there is something. I forget.
Oh yeah.
So we all understand the way to go.
Near.
We tend to think of this.
Wow. That's dope. That's dope. Didn't even see my ass. I'm sneaky. No, but this is really cool. I think I mentioned it outside, but the bell is just significant for the U.S. Simply because they rung this. That was the sound that declared it, man. We are moving forward with independence. We are gonna fight for it, and here it is in front of us. Man, I want to ring it. The weird thing with stuff like this is it's hard to actually like really feel it and be like, oh my god, look at this bell. It's just a bell. It's just the meaning behind it. So it'd be much more significant if I was involved with it at the time, but now it's just like, oh, this is history. Here's the bell. And it's right here. That was cool. There's some other places I want to take a stop and look at real quick. I was thinking about going, I just got the good information, the good shout. Hey, excuse me, I have a question real quick. Do you know Angelo's? Is that a good place to get a Philly cheesesteak?
Angelo's?
Angelo's.
I've never had one from there.
No, okay. Everyone says to go to Pat's and Gino's, but apparently that's dog shit.
I wouldn't go to them.
Yeah. Where would you go?
Well, this place, let
me read what it told me. I heard.
I used to recommend D'Alessandro's.
Yeah,
right?
D'Alessandro's, they said it's good. John's roast pork.
I just went there a couple weeks ago.
Not good.
It's not as good as it used to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but someone I know says Angelo's. You've never had it though?
I never had it. It might actually really good. I've never had it though.
Alright, I'll ask him.
Yeah, ex-cadet.
Alright. Excuse me, I got a quick question. Do you know anything about Angelo's Philly cheesesteak? Angelo's?
Sorry, dude. I'm the wrong guy. I don't live in Philly.
Oh no, you don't know anything about the Philly cheesesteak? You don't got a good rec?
I
I know they have like a couple restaurants on 3rd and Market, but
Okay.
it's like yeah. But I'm the wrong guy to ask this question because I don't live in Philly.
No, yeah, straight. Yeah, definitely. Have a good day, brother.
All right, man.
Anyway, what I was gonna say is that's what I heard. I have a friend who has a friend who lives here, and they say Angelo's is the best. D'Alessandro's is okay, like it's good. John's roast pork, I don't know about that. But apparently the kid swears by Angelo's has the best Philly cheesesteak, so I'm gonna try to figure out what that is. I'm definitely not going to Pat's or Gino's. That's like the tourist spot to go. I also read that on a blog, and I told him that's what I was gonna go to, and he was like, no, you can't go. All right, we just made it. I don't know what the status is of getting into it, but this is the Christ Church burial ground. Mr. Benjamin Franklin, most notably known for his contribution as a founding father and drafting the Declaration of Independence, as well as being one of its signers. He was also an inventor. Damn! Disrespecting Ben Frank like that. He was also one of the signers, which is pretty dope. He was an inventor. I think one of his most famous things was either the Franklin stove or the lightning rod. He did something with, I don't know, something else too. But simply just one of the goats, one of the founding fathers. So let's see what it is. Can I just walk right into here? That would be awesome. Oh, it's $5. Hey brother, is admission, you gotta pay $5?
Yeah, if you like to come inside, yes.
Oh, to go inside?
Yeah.
Is that where his Ben Frank's
Yeah,
grave is?
right down there where there's women are right
Oh,
there.
that's where he's buried?
Yeah, yeah.
What's inside?
Well, there's other signers of the Declaration of Independence.
Right.
There's Charles Mason, who drew the Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah.
Commodore William Bainbridge, Commodore Truxton. So there's a number of others, but Franklin by far is the most well known.
Yeah, that's what I would. Is there any way I can just peek over real quick, like
Well, you can actually see him from the sidewalk outside if you like.
Okay.
If you walk down here about 70 feet, his grave's right next to the fence.
There's no way you can let me slip in for like 10 seconds, just take a photo real quick?
You can take a photo down there though.
I can't do it. Can't just go walk right over.
You're really close to it through the bars down there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I hear him.
Yeah.
I was just wondering. No.
No, sorry.
Not today.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
gonna let a brother slide. All right.
Sorry.
I appreciate it. Yeah,
That's okay.
I didn't want to pay $5, so.
Okay, but you can get a
No,
very
yeah,
good
definitely. I
picture from
definitely will.
outside.
I appreciate
Okay.
it. Yeah. Sorry for putting you guys up. Didn't mean to bother you.
There you go.
All right, guys. As much as Benjamin Franklin is the GOAT, I'm not paying $5 right now to go in. Many may say how disrespectful, as I was talking about Americans, how disrespectful I am to say all this about the United States and then not even want to pay $5 for one of the men that helped gain my freedom. So that's really funny. What's up? Why?
You seem cool.
Wow. All right. Awesome.
And you got a cool beanie.
Thank you. Okay. That's so funny. I really appreciate that. Wow. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I really didn't expect that at all. I really appreciate that.
You're good. Get your image that you need.
Thank you so much. Wow. I'm actually speechless. That's never happened.
Thank you.
Of course. Alright guys, as I was saying, maybe I'm an ignorant American. I just don't like spending money regardless of really anything. Just how I am with my money. I'm disciplined. But what a lovely lady. She paid for me to get in. Look at this. Here's his right here. His is over here. Apparently throwing like pennies on it is good luck. But there's another one right here. I'm not sure where this is, but this is Benjamin Franklin's right here. I wonder if I have a penny. Wow. So homie is just under here. Is he really? Like they really put his body under here just like by this fence? No way. In memory of John Reed, who departed this life September 12, 17. Let's take a step around here. Penny.
So, this is Christ Church Cemetery, okay? And this is Ben Franklin's grave. He's buried with his wife Deborah, their daughter Sally, and their little boy Franklin, who died of smallpox at the age of 4. Okay? 5 signers of the Declaration of Independence are buried here. So, why do we throw a penny on
Free
the
history.
grave? For good luck. Because Ben Franklin said a penny saved is a penny earned. Now that's counterintuitive, but they still throw pennies. Brides on their way to their marriage would stop here to throw a penny on the grave for good luck. Okay? And a mint is there. Everybody knows there's a mint. A mint is where they make money. This is the largest coin making facility in the world.
Damn.
They make 500,000 coins in a half hour. And it's pretty impressive. Now, you were talking about, and I learned
Well, I
something.
might as well go walk around now since I have a ticket. What a lovely lady. I didn't know how to react there. Hopefully I wasn't disrespectful, and hope she meant that I really appreciated that. I was like, why? That was the first thing I said. I just couldn't believe it because it seemed ignorant of me not to get a ticket. And then yeah, and then wow, that was just really nice. And what luck are those people, that lady coming by giving a tour. Also, can I walk on this? Is this disrespectful? Hey, John Wagner up in here, Woody. I'm gonna go thank her one more time before I leave. Hey, I just wanted to thank you again. I was heading out. I really do appreciate it. You didn't have to do that at all. Thank you. God bless you guys, yeah. All right, guys, we are walking up right now. Here it is, the African American Museum in Philadelphia. I'm excited to check it out. I wanted to stop and say, right before I go in, like, I'm excited to go in and see, because this is the African American slave in the United States of America. This is a thing, but there's a big like misconception in the U.S., especially I think among the black community. And this is not a hot take. This is facts that people really hear. Americans, African Americans. Also, a lot of my white friends have no idea about this. Some of them do, but like slavery, like we have to know this. Slavery has been around forever. This has been like a popularized thing. And so many ancient civilizations were from slavery. How do you think the pyramids got made? It was literally slavery. Ancient China, ancient India, Mesopotamia, like slaves literally everywhere. And not only did the U.S., more modern day slavery, participate with African Americans, there was a transatlantic slave trade that was common through Portugal and Spain. Also the Netherlands, Belgium, France, all used slaves. Also in Brazil, African American slaves were very popular because of plantations there. Like slaves have been around for a while. Even unfortunately, I was talking about the U.S., more about the U.S. history. We slaughtered the American Indians. Even some of the American Indians, not the whole population, but some of them, they use slaves. They use slaves to their benefit as well, which is horrible. But like this is a common thing that's been used forever, and I think a lot of people here, because one, we're uncultured and we don't realize, yeah, slaves are actually a very common practice, and America was not the first place to use slaves in any way. So that's just one thing I wanted to say before. So I am excited to go in and see more about the culture of slaves just here in the U.S. But that was just something I wanted to say because it's on my mind, and I think it's a good thing to say, a good thing to note, because there really is a misconception about that, and that really annoys me. Wait, is it on a timer? No, it's not a timer. That's so interesting. Like, hey guys, I want to walk away real quick because I was thinking in my head right after saying about how many nations, ancient nations, and also countries in the world use slavery. I just wanted to come and say one more thing about slavery in the United States. Now, I wasn't like bashing it in any way. Like, it's terrible. It's up. It's completely messed up. I actually studied Martin Luther King as a leader because I was trying to learn how to lead, how to talk better, and kind of understand the whole situation. MLK, the GOAT, the father of the civil rights movement, the greatest activist. I actually studied a lot of his I Have a Dream speech at Washington, and yeah, I just want to say that I'm not just like saying all this and not like knowing anything to like for reasons that way. I just think like most people that I talk to, at least, they don't know anything about it, and that's what I say, we're uncultured here, and that's what really bothers me. That's what I mentioned earlier. Like, let me see if I still have it recited in my brain, because it felt goosebumps when I read it. Martin Luther King said in that speech, "I have a dream that my 4 little children will live in a day where they are not judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character." That's locked in my head, because like I feel goosebumps when I say that. And that's amazing. Like, it's beautiful. And you know, he's been to the mountaintop. That was his last speech on April 3rd, I think. I've been to the mountaintop. Yeah, but I studied into that and looked into that, and that's why I really wanted to come in here, to learn a little bit more so I could study. But it's not like I'm just saying all this and not knowing what I'm saying. Like, I'm open to discussion with people about this, but I feel like that's the problem. It's just like a lack of knowledge. And maybe that comes off hard, being that I'm white and have white privilege and blah, 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 all this stuff. But like, I don't know if any of that even matters if you talk to somebody, if white, that doesn't matter their skin at all. If they're just not educated on, they're not educated on it, and that's arrogant itself. So I just wanted to throw that thought out there. It was on my head because I remember just saying all that, and I wanted to clarify that. Where am I at though? It was like an auditorium, like a podcast room.
Hey, I be called Alice.
That's so interesting.
I'm 108 years old. I worked this here road pool ferry near 60 years. Counting toll.
This kind of tells them about what they're doing.
Travel is my passion.
Yeah, I want to
And I make the most of it. After Liberia, I journeyed on diplomatic missions to England, France, Holland, Belgium, some of the German states, Denmark, and Sweden. But my most agreeable trip was to Russia, where Tsar Alexander II was most hospitable to me and allowed me to speak about obtaining funds for the newly emerging Negro colleges that were being founded in the United States.
I'm actually curious. I believe in sports. Do you want to know why? Because I think sports I have hot takes on everything, but I think it's all Matrix, man. Sports are just a circus, a distraction that the elite's in place to distract people. They're not necessary anymore, I don't think. They're fun to watch though, but that's the point, to watch.
Working with the Republican Party, the Union League, and my organization.
He's talking about politics right now.
Association. We encourage the Pennsylvania legislature to pass the 15th Amendment to the Constitution that gave black men the right to vote. I'm coach, player, and captain of Philadelphia's finest baseball team.
That's what's up. Is that how I know him, Octavius?
And my position is that of shortstop.
The best position, most important.
I'm proud to say it is a very lucky hitter who can get a ball past me. Sports are important to the advancement of our status as a people. But so is education.
This makes sense.
I must hurry off now as I am hurrying to...
That makes a lot of sense. But now I think present day sports may not be important, but as he's saying, as advancement, as African American sports were important, that makes actually a lot of sense. This boy's a painter. I really like this. It's really cool. It's kind of creepy. This is like what they're doing. What is the word? They're working on this new technology, digital immortality, where they're taking people and asking them, thousands of questions to get all the responses, and get the person to explain how they feel in every single way and how they think about present day problems, or just like their mindset basically. And they're digitizing everything and putting it on a hologram so that families, friends can kind of talk to, and they can ask questions. Like there's so many questions. It takes days for them to go through everything and get the answers from these people. But this kind of reminds me of, this is like literally it on a very basis level with only 4 questions, but digital immortality. It's becoming more popular. So interesting. I'm a lot more fascinated in this now. It's definitely a mature thing, because after I started traveling, I realized something like that I've never experienced, and it was being a part of a minority. And it's so weird because I've always been a part of the majority where I've lived in the States. Like, it's been very normal. And then I will never forget, like, the first experience I had is when I was going to Guatemala, and I got off the plane and went to the airport, and it was still in the States, but I was going to Guatemala. And like, the plane to Guatemala there was no white people, not a single person. And I was like, whoa, this is weird. And ever since then, like, my most recent trip, if you want to watch my trip to Morocco, my train video is doing pretty well right now. A lot of people are reaching out to me on that. But like, I was such a minority, especially being around just Muslim people. Like, I was so uncomfortable, so out of my comfort zone. And now I realize, you know, how it's not uncomfortable at all. This is crazy. But just learning how and feeling the emotions of being a minority and everyone's eyes just on you all the time and just constant judgment, it's weird. It's uncomfortable. And I started gaining an interest into a lot of other things, and I really wanted to stop in this museum as well. But just thoughts I want to share. This room, I feel this is crazy. Oh, bro. This guy's arms off. They have some music over here. This little station. But it's getting a little bit later and I'm running out of battery, and I'm getting really hungry. So I need to go get that Philly cheesesteak. Is it raining outside? Bruh. Alright, I gotta move here. What's your name, by the way, man?
My name is Saad.
What is it?
Saad.
Saad.
Yeah.
Uber driver clutching up right now. Wanted to say what's up to the video. Have you been to Angelo's pizza spot? It's where I'm going. Apparently they have really good Philly cheesesteak.
I never been Angelo, but I hear like a lot of people, they say that's very good.
Okay, good.
And another one is like Falsa sauce. Pat and Janus. So that's too, it's good. A lot of people like it.
I've never had a Philly cheesesteak.
Oh yeah?
I'm actually, it's funny, I'm from Pennsylvania, I'm from Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
So another city, just not,
oh yeah, right.
I never come to Philadelphia.
You're right, it's far from here.
Yeah. It was like a 7-hour bus ride for me.
Oh yeah, I know, yeah.
This place is packed. But they're making a bunch of pizzas. Alright guys, I had to start walking because I needed a beverage. I needed to go somewhere to get a drink. I haven't drank anything all day, so I probably need to get some hydration in me. Also, I'll be honest, I decided to get some more food. I threw on a large pizza. I went back and added a large pizza to my order. I figure I'm gonna want to eat it the next couple of days. I won't eat it all right now, but yeah, right now we're walking in South Philly, so this is that whole area. A little bit different scenery. But South Philly, and then I was talking earlier North Philly as well. I was showing on the train. That looks really run down there. I would be interested in walking and exploring kind of like the hoods areas there, but I'm fucking beat right now. I've been walking all day. Now I gotta get back to visit my friend. But yeah, I got about 10 more minutes to walk to the Sunoco because that's the nearest place to get a bev. Crazy. And then a 13-minute walk back and my food should be ready. Catch an Uber, get out of here. Look at that, man. Parked right inside of a leaf bush. Alright guys, 8%, and that's going quick, so let's do this. I just got back. I got my drinks. Hydration. Alright, here's the Philly cheesesteak. I mean, it just looks like bread. But I mean, they got their steak in there and everything else. One bite, let's get it. I might go in from the back, which is a strange play, but look at that. Yeah, that shit don't play. That's good. There's a very classic ending to a Vinny Rumbaugh vlog. I'm always usually getting some food from the culture wherever I go travel to. In this case, Philly, we got a Philly cheesesteak. This thing is crazy. Yes, sir. It's gas, man. That shit's good. Oh, it's good. I'm gonna destroy this pizza later. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed the history to Philadelphia, kind of going through some of the past history. If this was your first time watching, subscribe, watch some of my past videos. I'm gonna link up here again. This is my most favorite video from the Moroccans. They've been reaching out. Thank you guys if you're watching this right now, showing a lot of love. It was that train video, it was crazy. But now I'm back home in Pittsburgh, and I just wanted to take a weekend to myself and come up, visit a friend, and explore Philadelphia. But yeah, thanks for watching the video. That's all I got.